talking to Coach Jack before the game, and she told me that their dynamic completely revolves around Georgia Woolley. Whether she's on or off the court, regardless, she has to be the one to set the tone when teams come into the Dome to play them, saying, hey, you're not going to come in here and score on us easily. You may even catch a couple elbows or shoulders when you're going into the lane. Louisville was playing a little bit sloppy, and Syracuse was taking advantage of that. They had a lot of turnovers in this, and then Syracuse was able to capitalize and have a lot of counterattacks.
I did it earlier this week, and it executed, so it's cool.
You needed that to cool off a little bit. Well, it was working for you on the court because there was a little girl that was behind you after you scored and said, I want to play like her. How does hearing something like that make you feel?
That's all that's up. Everything sorry, this is all it's all about. This is all it's all about, like playing for these girls and being an example, and back at home in Brazil too. That's all I want to do for her.
Female viewership of the NFL has gone up a record-breaking 9% from the previous 7, for more reasons than one. It was a windy one at Alumni Stadium where Syracuse traveled to Boston College for the noon showdown. Now coming into the game, there were 25-mile-an-hour wind gusts in the forecast, which presented some question marks around Kyle McCord's heavy passing offense. Welcome into New Orleans for Super Bowl 59. This is going to be the 11th Super Bowl that New Orleans will host. Now you're probably wondering what this is. This is a snowball, a local's favorite. Anyone I've talked to, they told me I have to try one of these while I'm here. This is a cotton candy icing, and then on the inside is an orchid vanilla that fills it all up. So let's give this a try. Oh my God, brain freeze. That reminds me, the coldest Super Bowl played here was 39 degrees, and this is when Super Bowls were still played outdoors here at Tulane Stadium. The growth of female viewership will continue to shape the future of the sports world. And here at the NFL Fan Experience, there's girls and women of all ages enjoying family, fun, and of course some football.
When I told her that we're going to be going to Philly, she kind of was just like, does that mean we're going to win now? And I just started smiling again, and I was like, hopefully we can win some more games here. Even
though Saquon's daughter Jada won't be at the big game on Sunday, she will be there in his mind and in his heart.
Me and my daughter have been doing that handshake for probably 4 years now, 3 or 4 years now. We kind of came up with one in the living room at one day, and now my son, I got a handshake with him, and we kind of stole it off of Nemo.
With Saquon being the superstar that he is, 6-year-old Jada already understands the value that he brings to every family he's a part of.
Yeah, Jada, my daughter, she understands it a little bit. We had a daddy-daughter dance the same day as the Super Bowl, but it got canceled. So she told me on last night on FaceTime when it got canceled that she definitely wants me to win the Super Bowl more now.
Now that his daughter's a part of the story, he can turn the page to a new chapter about how there's no I in team.
I think I'm going to write a book about this one day, actually. I think team is the biggest thing, and the reason why everybody's super successful. So if you think of all the most successful people that come to your mind, the reason why they are is a team mindset behind it. And whether it's team in football, you talk about your O-line, the wide receiver, the running backs, and all these guys doing together, or your team as your family. And my family has been super supportive of me from day one, been with me through thick and thin. And another thing, my boys too, I don't got no yes men around me. My boys gonna shoot me straight, let me know when I'm doing something right or when I'm doing something wrong, and that's another way you show love. So my support cast is the reason I am the man I am today, and hopefully the reason why the man I continue to become.
From New Orleans, Aylee Weiss, Newhouse Sports.
CBS 5 Sports is sponsored by Nissan.
The ending of a season is always painful, but this season-ending game will be etched into the minds of the Syracuse women's basketball team forever. Welcome into sports. I'm Aylee Weiss. Syracuse faced Boston College today in the first round of the ACC tournament just 4 days after beating BC in the regular season finale by 25 points. The Orange continued that stretch of dominance through the first half of this game. A 6-0 run followed by an 8-0 run gave Syracuse a 12-point advantage 6 minutes into the first quarter. SU extended its lead as much as 19 points and took a 45-28 lead into halftime. But the Eagles opened up the third quarter with a 10-0 run, which began the team's second half comeback. And with just 1 minute and 27 seconds to play, the Eagles grabbed its first lead of the day. Georgia Woolley heaved up a last chance three-pointer to try and tie it, but fell short. Syracuse's season is over, and Coach Felicia Legetjak says part of the reason her team lost this game was the fear of losing this game.
We really had moments where it was a great team, and we had camaraderie, and we had zest, we had fun, we had a lot of fun things happen with us and for us. But sometimes we got out on the court and we just felt like we didn't deserve it. And you can see when the fight came back in the third quarter and then around the 8-minute mark, I looked in our eyes and I saw panic again. Like, we're up 15. What are we doing?
Syracuse ends the season with an overall record of 12-18 and 6-13 in the conference. The women aren't the only ones reeling over a bad loss. Check this sequence out from the men's game last night. With just seconds to play, SMU takes the lead. J.J. Starling, similar to Georgia Woolley, would heave up the ball for a last-ditch three-point effort that wouldn't go. And then after the game, Coach Autry circled back to a word that we've heard him say quite a bit this season: frustrated.
All those things that need to go right, and the plays that you need to make, we just don't make them. It's unfortunate, and, we talk about it, we work on it, we review it, we do everything humanly possible, and, we just don't do it.
Syracuse's record now stands at 12-18 with one game left in the regular season. The 18 losses are the most for the Orange since the 1961-62 team went 2-22. And just for some context here, according to ESPN Analytics, SU had a 95% chance to beat Virginia Tech with under 9 minutes to play this past weekend, and then a 90% chance to beat SMU with under 10 minutes to play last night. And yet the team still lost both games. Guys, back to you.